Good morning, students. Welcome to our online class for Design and Technology, Grade 7. So, for today's lesson, we are going to see the chapter Paper, which you can also follow in your book. So, what is paper? So, paper is a material which is commonly termed as a non-resistant material. So, why non-resistant? Because it is a material which is very soft, okay, which we can tear very easily. We can crush it with one hand and we can shape it very easily. So this is because paper is a soft material which is very easy to work with. So paper is available in different sizes, thicknesses, colors, and surface finishes. Okay, we have glossy paper, matte paper, we have also textured paper. So there are many kinds and colors of papers. So papers are obtained in standard sizes. Wherever you go in the world, you will find the same sizes of paper. So one side of paper is a A6 size paper. So an A6 size paper is a paper which measures 105 millimeter by 148 millimeters. So when we add two A6 paper, okay, we obtain an A5 paper, which is of 148 millimeter by 210 millimeter. So when we had two A5, we obtain an A4 paper. Okay, when we had two A4 paper, we obtain an A3 size paper. And when we had two A3 size paper, we obtain an A2 size paper. And when we add two A2 paper, we obtain an A1 paper. So 2A1 makes an A0 paper. So these are very common sizes of paper used in the local market and even abroad. So for example, our photocopies, the questionnaires, the printing papers are often in an A4 size paper. Our sketchpad, for example, is made up of an A3 size paper. So how do we make paper? So paper is basically made of wood. So the wood itself is obtained from trees, converted into logs, okay? And then the logs are chopped into small pieces to make chips. And these chips are crushed to obtain what we call a wood pulp. The wood pulp is then mixed with chemicals to form a paste. And the paste is drained using what we call a sieve. Okay, the water is drained out and it is let to dry to obtain the required paper. In industries, we use machineries to make this process. So the paper is mixed into to make a pulp. Then it passes through a series of rollers to form a long sheet of paper, which we chop into the required sizes. So what are the kinds of paper we have? So for example, we have what we call newsprint paper. So the uses of newsprint paper. So it is used to make newspapers, okay, and posters for billboards. It is a very poor quality paper. So what are the properties of newsprint paper? So it is not very durable, okay, it decays very easily. It becomes yellow when exposed to the sun, for example. It is relatively cheap and it is available in rolls. So, okay, so this is an example of newsprint paper. It is also available in sheets, and they are 100% recyclable. So another kind of paper is called groundwood paper. So what is groundwood paper? The uses of groundwood paper first. It is used to make magazines, catalogs, telephone directories. It is a little bit more durable and more strong than newsprint paper. Okay, so it is more durable. It receptive to printing ink, so it can be passed through a printer. It turns yellow when exposed to light for a long period of time. Coarse paper. So uses of coarse paper. It is used to make cement packing, packaging, and grocery bags. It is a heavy-duty paper, so it can therefore withstand greater weights than other types of paper. It is more difficult to tear. It has high elasticity and a high tear resistance, so difficult to tear. So this is why it is used to make cement bags, which can support heavier weights. So then we have absorbent paper. So absorbent paper, the use of absorbent paper, it is basically used to make toilet paper, kitchen absorbent paper, and disposable handkerchief. So this is because absorbent paper has special properties. It is very soft. It absorbs liquid very well. It dissolves in water. Then we have cartridge paper. So uses of cartridge paper. It is used to make drawing paper. Okay. So it takes watercolor and other colors, even pencils, very well. So properties of cartridge paper. It is a high quality paper. It is strong with a grade of texture which make it suitable for drawing purposes. It is available in different thicknesses and are sold in terms of weight, gram per meter square. So there are also layout and tracing paper. So what are the uses of layout and tracing paper? It is used to tracing and for reproduction of drawings. So the properties of layout and tracing paper, it is hard, it is translucent or semi-transparent. It is available in rolls and sheets. So then we have another category of paper. It is called cards. So what are cards? The cards consist of the same raw material as paper, that is wood pulp, but the main difference between paper and cards are in terms of thickness. Cards are often made by gluing several layers of paper together. So this process is called laminating. Okay, this is why cards are thicker, heavier, and more rigid than conventional paper. So cards can also be laminated with other materials such as aluminum foils or plastic foil. This enhances the properties of the cards. So some examples of laminated cards. So there are different types of cards. First of all, we have cardboards. So it is also known as paperboard and is often made with recycled material. So the properties of cardboard, it can be laminated together to create thicker materials. Okay, so we have different thicknesses starting from 0.5 millimeter, it goes up to 4 or 5 millimeters. The uses of cardboard, so it is often used for making packaging such as cereal boxes and other consumer goods, shoe boxes, for example, and for example, takeaway packs, the boxes for Diwali, for example. So another type of card is called corrugated board. So it is commonly made up of three layers of paper, an inner linear paper followed by a corrugated one, and finally an outer linear paper. So corrugated board is a cheap but strong material. Okay, it is used for making corrugated boxes for packaging, dollhouse furniture, and shipping purposes. So these are some examples of corrugated boards. Duplex board uh, is a sheet of double ply paper. So the duplex board has a distinctly smooth surface. The exterior of the board is very often coated to make it more water resistant and to give a glossy finish. Duplex board is a very strong material. It is used for pharmaceutical packaging and garment boxes. When laminated with the material, duplex board is also used for food packaging. These are some examples of a duplex board, often coated, laminated with a thin layer of plastic to make it become glossy. A solid whiteboard. It is a cardboard made from quality bleached wood pulp. So it is solid white board, provide a high quality which is very excellent to print onto. It is a very rigid material also. So it is used to make hardcover for books and high quality packaging. So this is solid whiteboard. For example, the back cover of your sketchpad is made up of solid whiteboard. Foil lined board. So it is a card which is laminated with an aluminum foil on one side. So this gives the material the property of keeping moisture in or out. It is also resistant to heat. It can be folded very easily. So these types of boards is used for making packaging such as cereal boxes and other small consumer goods. For example, the inner parts of milk boxes are foil lined to keep the liquid inside. The boxes, for example, of Pringles are often foil lined. So this is the end of our first part of the online material we are going to have. So stay tuned for the other part.